Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial using MindsDB. And in this tutorial, we'll be doing a time series forecasting with the honey production dataset. Now, the honey production dataset is publicly available on Kaggle. So the very first thing that you guys need to do is go to Kaggle and download the dataset. I have already downloaded the dataset and I have also extracted it. So yeah, let me just open up Kaggle. So download the dataset, extract it, and the next thing that you need to do is go to MindsDB, log in into your 30-day free account. MindsDB provides you with a 30-day free trial with which you can get pretty much an idea of what MindsDB is and how powerful it is. So yeah, we'll just wait for the editor to load and it's done. Now, the very first thing that we'll do right now is to basically load the data or upload the data. So we'll click on add data and we're not looking for a database, right? We have a CSV file. Now we'll need to load the CSV file into a database. So we'll just click on files and we'll click import file and we'll click on browse. We'll select our file. It's in downloads. It's in this thing. Okay, so one thing that you'll notice probably is that when you extract the zip file after downloading from Kaggle, you will find four files. You just need to use the honey production one. No need of the rest because the honey production one has the details from 1998 to 2012 without being broken into parts. So we'll just go forward with that. And now you need to name the table. So what we'll name it something. You can definitely name it as per your wish. But yeah, I'll be just naming it as honey as prod. So our honey prod data set, same and continue. Now, right now, the CSV file has been loaded and it has been, set up in the database. So in order to see where our data is and where how we can actually play around with it, it's quite simple. So in MindsDB, we have this database called files, and every file that we load or upload into MindsDB will be stored as a table within the files database. So in order to see how many files we have uploaded, you just need to use this command show tables from database name. So what is the database name? Its name is files. So running the query, basically, yeah, the table that we created, honey underscore prod, basically it has the data that we just uploaded. Now we'll just see what the data is, and we have select star from the normal SQL query. It is files dot honey underscore plot, and this should fetch us, yes, this should fetch us all the details or basically the data present in the CSV file. Now let us just look into the data we have right here. So we have the year definitely, which will be used for the time series forecasting. And we have a bunch of other columns, but the main target column or the uh, column that we would like to predict is the total prod, and rest of the columns are actually not required for us because if you actually see here, we have the number of colonies within each state and the yield per colony. So basically, number of colonies into yield per colony will give you the total plot. So basically, using those columns in training the model won't make sense. And after all, we are doing a time series forecasting. So all we should need is the state, the total prod, and the year. So we will be making a model that will be forecasting the total production of honey for a given state across some years. That will decide later. Okay. So I guess we can, actually start with creating our predictor. Now, creating a predictor in MindsDB is very simple. It's just writing a query which follows the following structure. So this is a tutorial that I have written for the same, and you can definitely check it out. I'll drop in the link in the description. Now, creating the predictor, the standard format which I came up with, the pattern that I found while checking the MindsDB documentation was this: you have the create predictor keyword, and then the MindsDB dot the name of the model that you want from files and the data on which the model has to be trained. Now, as I told you, we don't need num call, we don't need yield per call, we don't need stocks, we don't need price per LB, we don't need production value. So we'll only be specifically selecting the state, total prod, and year columns in order to train our model. Yeah, and then yeah, that's it. And then we have to actually put in the command, and the model will be created for us. So let's do that. So create predictor, the name of the predictor, right? So um, mine's db dot, and then the name of the predictor. So honey underscore prod underscore predictor from files, the database name, and you need to mention the data on which you will train. So as I told you, we'll only be selecting three columns: state, total prod, year from our table honey underscore prod. And the next command, next part would be what column do we need to predict? Total prod, right? And next order by. This is specific to time series because we need to mention which column represents the time. So order by year, and all other independent variables will be added to group by. So group by state, and that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. But then there are two more things here: the window, which will give us 12, and the horizon, which will give us 2. So this basically says that you need to, while training the model, in order to make the forecast, the model has to use the data from past 12 years, and the model has to predict the total production for the next upcoming 2 years. So that is basically the definition of our model. Running this would basically, yeah, small predictor. Uh, um, oh yeah, order by definitely. So yeah, that's it. That's basically the query the model has started to generate and train. So in order to see the status, right, you can just do select star from predictors. Now, predictors, just like files, is another database that consists of all the models that you are creating. So the first row basically has the current model that you are training. That's the honey underscore prod underscore predictor. And the status is training. So we'll just wait for the model to completely train, and after that we can actually go for forecasting. That's it. Like, you have how many steps? Almost three, right? We just uploaded the data, we ran a query for creating a predictor, and now we'll run a query for forecasting the details for the next 2 years, because we gave horizon as 2, if you remember. So meanwhile, let me just, yeah, show you the forecast command. Okay, this is a forecast command. So basically, in the forecast command, right, you will have a select statement, which will basically, which is basically the columns that you want in the output. So we'll definitely need the year which has to be forecasted, and the total product, which is our predict variable, right? And then you have the predictor as m. So this basically means that I want my predictor to predict the total product. That's what basically it says. And then the join, because we need to set the state and this year. So let us, yeah. And that's it. We have completed the training of a model, and the accuracy, as you can see, is 0.445, which is not bad. And now we'll just copy our command for forecast, and yeah, one supply change. Yeah, I need to correct that, and we'll just do this. And there is output. There is a forecast for the state AL, right? Now, if I need to do it for some other state, I can do it very easily. But for that, let me just look what other values are there. Star. Yeah, of course, you need to mention the database. Yeah, so AZ, we can try AZ, right? And will be now for AZ. And yeah, there are the values. So it's as simple as that. You have basically made a forecast for 2 years into the future just by 3 steps. So that's how easy MindsDB is. And you should definitely try this out. It's very easy to use, and you know it feels quite different too, and it's a very good feeling using MindsDB. So definitely check out the MindsDB GitHub, MindsDB documentation, and definitely the tutorial I have written. It will definitely be helpful. I'll drop in the links in the description. So yeah, that's about it for this tutorial. Thank you for listening. See you later.